Essence with the incredible DJ Quicksilva. How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing. I'm just getting my voice back. I lost my voice over the last couple of days.
Hey, yo, look, I love Quick. Quick is so down for the team. He said, look, let's hold the mics. If we can't hear it, hold the mics. So we out here. I appreciate him. We're here at the BE Expo in Baltimore, Maryland. This is your city, so how you feeling about this?
It feels amazing. I mean, this is a very important event because you have so many vendors that normally wouldn't get this many people seeing their product. A lot of independent artists coming here, getting their music heard, so it's amazing. I always say knowledge is power, and they're giving a lot of information today.
Yeah, so you were on the fatherhood panel, right?
Yes, fatherhood.
So talk a little bit about the gems that you dropped. So I know being a father, being an entertainer, being in the public eye, that comes with a lot of different things.
Absolutely.
So talk about how your industry and the lane that you're in has influenced your fatherhood.
It's just very important, and one thing I spoke about with father on the panel, I says that fathers have to get back to being dads. When I say being dads, being the provider and the protector of the household, but also instilling certain principles in your kids so they know they can learn and respect you. Also, it's so important for us to be in our kids' life.
Right.
A father should be your son's hero and your daughter's first love.
Right.
And in order to do that, you have to actually be there and be present. So it's very important for us dads, even when you're busy like myself, to still make time for your family.
Yeah, facts. So a lot of people know about your life, or at least we feel like we know about your life because we follow you on social media. Yes. So a lot of events that happen, for example, the big fiasco that happened on the radio, now your children have to now go to school, and maybe their friends might ask them about that. Right. So how do you have those conversations with your kids about the things that happen in the public eye?
So it's amazing because when things like that happen, of course I always go home first to talk to my wife and my kids, and they knew from, a lot of the public didn't know that it wasn't real. They thought it was a real incident. So from day one, I kind of already tried to prepare them. I said, right now, it's a social media fiasco happening right now, but there's a difference between social media and in real life. That's why I started the hashtag years ago in real life. So sometimes you have to be able to separate what's happening on social media and not bring it home into your real life.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but it's possible. It's possible. It's very possible.
Yeah, and the way things went down and the way the media and everyone was attacking you left and right, I'm sure, like, even for your own mental health, how were you able to stay healthy during everyone? They were bashing. There were people who were definitely riding for you, but people were being bashers too. So how did you keep your mental still healthy during that time?
The amazing part about myself, I never let social media get the best of me. If so, I'd have been done a long time ago. And I always say, even when social media is attacking you, those are people who don't know me. So there's nobody who knows me personally who's ever sat down and had a conversation with me for more than 3 seconds that could even believe any of those things they would say on social media.
Yeah.
So it never really bothered me like you think it. People thought it bothered me a lot, but it didn't. Because I always say that as long as you live your life and you're honest with yourself and you're honest with your family, social media comes and go.
Yes.
And most times, 95% of the people on social media that talk negative about somebody, they don't even know that person. They never met them a day in their life. They might have heard the name Quicksilva, but they know nothing about me.
Right.
So why would I allow somebody who knows nothing about me to dictate my outcome? It's just not possible for me.
Right. That's awesome, Quick. Now, one last question before I let you go. What is your why? I know sometimes things may not be as easy, and you do so much. So I know you get tired.
Absolutely.
Now, what keeps you going when those moments you're like, man, I just want to stay in bed?
Because I'm inspiring somebody. I live my life now not because of myself. I live my life to inspire others. I live my life to inspire my family. I always say I hustle now for my last name, not my first name. It's not about Quicksilva, it's about my family. It's not about Quicksilva, it's about inspiring the next generation to see it's possible that you can be a club owner, that you can have a syndicated radio show, that you can do all these things and be amazing, but at the same time, still serve God and serve your family.
Yes. By the way, having a syndicated show is phenomenal, Quick. Seriously, never heard of it. You are a beast. And I really want to commend you because Baltimore is such a city that I feel like doesn't get enough credit, respect, and you put on so well for it. And please continue because you're giving a lane for so many. Because of you, so many people in Baltimore feel like they can do everything and anything.
And it's not just Baltimore. You can do anything you want. And I know it sounds cliche, but if you put your mind to it and you put in the hard work, dedication, and consistency, which you have to do all three, anything is possible for anybody.
Yes, I love it. Well, y'all, this is Flo Essence. It's a Quicksilva. amazing interview. Make sure y'all follow him, follow me.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Flo Essencee at the BE Expo in Baltimore, and I'm standing here with the lovely Persia Nicole. How you feeling?
Oh, Mama, I'm good. I'm blessed and highly favored. We're here at the BE Expo, first ever here in Baltimore, so it's such a blessing. I mean, tons of people shows out, so we're grateful.
Yes.
We're grateful for you ladies to be here as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you being a radio host and being mine, I look up to you.
Oh, thank you.
Because I used to be on the radio as well, so it's a pleasure to really be here talking to you.
Yeah.
And as you sip and lit.
Yeah, man, it's a trap. It's not just your regular sip and lip. We don't sip on wine and, you know, we got violent music playing in the background. We get up there, we dance, we twerk, we do everything, hip-hop, trap, and pink music, and a Zach. I mean, this is a dope time.
Yes.
It's a good time to have, you know, with your friends and your family.
Yes. How'd y'all come up with the concept?
So, because we were tired of going to sipping paint and drinking wine and just be real regular. So, I mean, you know, we was like, all right, so what can we do that's different in the DC area, the Baltimore area, and bring some flavor and have fun, right? And like be able to take something home and be like, oh, I did that.
Yeah.
Like, you know? So,
Yes. Love it, love it. What is your why?
my why, family.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? My why is the struggle. My why is the trials and tribulations. My why is everything, the bumps in the road, things like that. So why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I be a radio person now?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I add extra markets to my dough?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See, Oprah did it, why cannot?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Being a black female dominating the industry,
Listen.
why wouldn't I?
And this is the time for us right now. Women.
Perfect. It's perfect. We've been really ready, but we didn't know we was ready, but now we're ready.
And now the world thinks that we're ready too, right?
So, let's take over. Let's take over.
Exactly. So, well, thank you so much.
Thank you,
This was
boo.
an awesome interview.
Yeah.
This your girl Flo Essencee.
Yeah.
This is Flo Essencee TV.
Like it or you're not like it. It is what it is. I will say I do not allow. I'm very much in control of who I am, where I am. I'm very comfortable. Take it or leave it. I think with I turned 50 last year. With that came a lot of peace. Like I really am just doing me. You can judge me, you can hold me at a higher standard, whatever you want to do, but I'm really just over here trying to be my best self. And as long as I feel like I'm good, then it doesn't really matter to me what social media has to say. Now, however, I don't have the patience that I used to have. Now, there was a time if someone was going in and being super negative, I really am a woman of positive affirmation. I only try to put positivity out on social media. I don't do the clapbacks. I ain't get ready to battle you on social media. I'm not doing any of that. Not even for my job. I just don't do it because it's just not who I am or something that I'm interested in doing. Now, I will say there was a time when if I felt like you would have to almost just go in on me for me to block you. Well, now you just got, if you even go in that direction, you might get blocked at this point because I really don't have the time or the tolerance for any negativity in my space. My social media on Instagram is Cynthia Bailey 10. That means I control that. And you get to, you're welcome to come, but if you ain't got nothing good to say, you will not see what I'm doing on social media because you will be blocked. And that's just how I'm doing it, so.
I'm pretty sure that most of you don't know who I am. I came from Indonesia and I moved to LA about 4 years ago. I have over 36 million followers on social media platform, and it's pretty crazy if you think about it. If you focus on the hype, how many people I have to satisfy to make happy? Like, I'm not doing that, you know? And especially coming from Asia, they have their own beauty standard, right? Oh, Asian has to be pale, you know, dark, long hair. And then all of a sudden I shaved my head and then everybody was like, oh my God, like, why do you do that? You're a woman, this, and that. And then being in music business itself, they want you to be in their little boxes. Oh, you're too thin for this genre, or you're too Asian for this genre. But that's the thing, like what I said before, we have to be different. And by being different, meaning you have to have your own box. You have to be able to move the boxes. And finding your own identity, be your own version of you instead of what the social media are telling you to be. I think that's where the real power lies.
Yeah, social media can be, I guess, toxic in a sense. You always feel like you're not pretty enough, you're not skinny enough, your butt's not big enough, you don't have the best clothes, you're not rich enough, I don't travel enough. Like, every time you look at social media, there's always, looks like they're living the best life compared to you. So I limit my time on social media. I really do. And even at my job, it tends to be, I'm one of the very few black people in the position that I am at Ralph Lauren. And sometimes it's like, well, you don't look Ralph Lauren-esque. But I go in, I do me, I do my thing, I design the way I want to. I have a team who I oversee, and I have them design the way I think where we should be going, especially how the younger generation dresses, but still have that Ralph Lauren flair. And as long as I do me, I've been succeeding. At this point, it's like I'm a creative director for all of design of Boys and Baby, which is the second largest business at that company. I was the lead stylist for the 50th anniversary of the fashion show.
Which I loved, by the way. It was amazing.
Thank you. I talk to Ralph twice a month. I decorated and designed a jacket just for him and his brother, which they requested. So it came to the point where I just had to do me and follow what I know I'm good at, and then everything else will follow. If you don't like it, that's your problem. It's not mine. But I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna do what I'm good at. And if you wanna piggyback that, and if I like you, sure, why not? If not, then do you, and that's your life. But I just realized that, after a while, I just have to be happy with who I am and what skills I have and what I bring to the table. And if no one can respect that, then I don't need you in my life or in my Instagram or anywhere or Facebook. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, social media is not real. It is not real. This is real. What we're doing, this heart to heart, this conversation, this candid conversation that these ladies are up here having, that's what's real. I had to start off by saying that because I'm a master esthetician, and people come into my office and they tend to show me a filter with a person's face and say, can you make me look like that? I want skin like that. And I have to bring them back down and say, hey, that's a filter. Look, I can do that too with my skin. So we have to remember that everything, and remember, social media is controlled. So people are only posting what they want you to see. They're not posting the ugly portions. They're not posting the areas that they're really embarrassed about. They're not posting that really huge pimple, or being broke, or just not having enough to eat. They're not posting those things because it's not glamorous. So we have to keep in our minds that, okay, this person can have 6,000 followers and be broke. 6 million, 10 million, but they could not have the money. A lot of things are rented. Cynthia can tell you that. It's not real. So we have to remember, the lives that we live, we can match up, but so far. Don't live beyond your expectations. Use what you have, use the tools that you have, your education, just everything inside of you, the beautiful things. And sometimes if you want to show the ugly things, because when I have a pimple, I'll go online and say, guys, look, now how are we gonna fix this? You have to show that in order for people to believe you, for you to be a real person, a person that, I can come down and actually talk to you and give you my concerns, and you give me back something in return. So just remember that social media is not real. Live your life now, put down the phone sometimes and talk to me, say hello. Everything doesn't have to go on Snapchat, whatever else, Instagram, the others.
Thank you for that. I was going to say, it's really interesting because social media is an imitation of life, but now you have real life people imitating an imitation of life, so you're an imitation of yourself. And so let's just come back to the center. Let's just come back to what's real.
Here live at the BE Expo in Baltimore, Maryland, I am here with the fabulous Creatively Mindful co-founders. Are you guys having a good time?
Having a great time. It's a lot of networking going on. I love it.
Beautiful Flo Essencee, so
That's me, guys. Hey. So I'm so excited to talk with them because I feel like when you are being creative in your zone, it is so important. And these guys love to put on for Baltimore. They're creating a platform and a lane for people to creatively be able to express whatever it is that they're feeling, going through, and I think that's awesome, guys. Tell me about how you guys got this started.
We got started back in like 2016.
Okay.
We actually just came up on our 8th show. So it was crazy. Like we were literally sitting down at dinner one day. We had one show, so we was like, we can't stop.
Yeah.
Everybody's asking when's the next art show, when's the next art show, because you don't have nothing like that here in Baltimore.
Right.
And you got a lot of talent here. So we was like, let's have another show. After our second show, we was like, what are we gonna call ourselves? J-Law already had the name of Creatively Mindful. He was using that. So it was a play on words, and me and Rob was like, do we really want to use what he got already? He was like, you know what, let's do it. So it played out well.
You have to reinvent the wheel sometimes, right?
It works, you know, it works. And the first time that like our very first show, it was never about money, and it's never gonna be about money because I'm an artist myself.
Right.
So it's never about the money. I mean, like the motto says, we create for the reaction and we curate,
For the
you know.
price.
So it's like we take the idea of putting all these people on the map, you know, to some larger scale, because, you know, as artists, you're sensitive about your work.
Absolutely.
You know, and you're closed-minded on how you can elevate your work and elevate your creative, ability.
Right.
So that's all we're here to do.
That's awesome. I'm so excited. Now, I'm a mental health advocate amongst a lot of other hats that I wear, and I want to know, what do you guys think about art and mental wellness? How do you think those two come together? You guys are creating a space where people who may not be able to get the voice or the space to be able to showcase their art really get the opportunity to do so, and you're feeding different areas inside them. You're feeding their mental, you're feeding their creative side, you're feeding different things. So how much of an impact do you guys think that this art and this platform is creating for others in the Baltimore area?
As far as this being our 8th show, I would say the platform is grew tremendously.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people out here who come to our shows and they never know what to expect.
Yeah.
We always hit them with a different dynamic. We like to change up the vibes of the show. We like to reach out to different people, whether it's a reason to dress up, whether it's soul food to get in touch with that inner feel, to reach out to like our Black excellence audience, bring everybody in. As far as like the mental health side, art plays a big factor on that, because when people look at art, it soothes their mood. It calms them down.
It's your release. I mean, it's my break from the world.
Yeah.
You know, and if we can allow 30 people to have a break from, all of the troubles of their everyday life, just being with us for 4 hours, then we're gonna do that. We're gonna continue to do that.
Yeah. So talking to you guys, I feel like I can't help. I'm a feeler pretty much. So I feel the passion with you guys. I feel like you guys love this brand. You love what it's doing. What do you guys think is like the most important? Yeah, you're wearing it, right?
All the time.
So for Baltimore, right? Where Baltimore is a city where I feel like many people look at Baltimore in so many different kinds of ways. They don't give it as much credit as it should get.
Correct.
And so you guys are really doing that. So do you guys feel responsible to make sure Baltimore has a good light, and in that with your platform?
We're trying to change the light.
Okay.
Because what people don't realize is Baltimore is actually one of the biggest art cities in the world. You can go to London and they're gonna talk about Baltimore art with graffiti. Like the graffiti alley is a staple to the state, not just Baltimore, to the state. So the artistic ability here in Baltimore needs to be showcased, and we're gonna just put that on as much as we possibly can. There's so much talent, and we're known for dirt bikes, the wire, chicken boxes, half and half, and heroin. 5 things.
And crabs, don't forget crabs.
And crabs, right? But it's crabs riding dirt bikes, it's crabs making half and halves and chicken boxes, but it's artists here.
Right.
It's so much art, and we don't get the light, we don't get the notoriety that we should coming from here. So if we can push that forward, even by an inch, even by pushing one artist to get on, then we're good.
Yeah, so just to shed light on all of that is just amazing. So Rodney and J-Law, they're both artists. I do marketing, so it works out in his favor because he also like a creative director, and J-Law is a graphic designer. So we all come together. We may not agree on one flyer or a show, and then we come back like, you know what? Well, let's do this, let's do that. Then it come together. Next thing you know, we got a venue packed out with like 400 plus people. So it all works out, and everybody knows who Creatively Mindful is. We're definitely building our name. We're underdogs.
And if you don't, you soon will. You soon will.
You soon will. We're the underdogs coming up.
I know that life. So one more last question before I have you guys go. Okay. So I ask every person that I interview this question. There are times where things get hard. You may not want to keep going, or you feel like you don't feel like getting up some days. Okay. What is your why? And I'll start with you.
That's a good one.
My why I would say is my family. My why is always want to be my family, just to be able to provide and see a smile on their face and them saying that I'm doing something that I love and that I'm passionate about, that's my why. Because at the end of the day, my ultimate goal is to have health and wealth.
Yeah.
That's my goal at the end of the day.
Love it. Love it.
My why, I got so many whys. My why would be longevity and resilience, because I have people that look up to me. You know, from my nieces, I got, you know, 1,000 nieces and nephews. I got, you know, artists who didn't once have the confidence to put their work out, and now they put it out to 400 people at a time at one show. And then, you know, so I think my influence on anybody, if I can make one person smile, if I can change somebody's way of thinking or change somebody's confidence, then I'm gonna do that. So it's just longevity. I want everybody around me to last the longest. I want everybody around me to be here for, you know, to stay and not just for the moment. It's not about temporary wins or temporary success. It's about 10 years from now, I want to be able to come right back and, you know, Flo Essencee and Echelon and J-Law standing right here and be like, oh, remember 10 years ago at BE Expo?
We did that.
You know that's what's gonna happen. Claim it right now.
Claim it. We're gonna see you again.
Yes, we will.
Absolutely.
I love it.
It's longevity.
I love it. I love it. That's one of the models when it comes to building a business. You want to build a business that won't crumble in 5 days. You want it to build the word sustainability. That's why we see things like Ralph Lauren, FUBU. These are brands that keep, you know, they're, you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
I mean, we're 2 years in, you know, so it's a small step, but you're talking 700 days of us going back and forth about things that we don't necessarily always agree on. But we're making it work, you know,
and working together.
And as an art collective, we're not just based in Baltimore. I want y'all to know that. We're not just based in Baltimore. The DMV is about to be taken over. Up north is about to get taken over. Everything. Because you got to branch out. It's too much talent around the world, and it's not enough people being shown.
Yeah,
but we're going to start here. We're going to start at home.
I love it.
Always.
Well, this was an incredible interview, guys. Creatively Mindful. I'm Flo Essencee. These are my guys, and we are signing out.